Hello guys, today's just going to be a quick little video. My handlebars on my pit bike need to be adjusted, so I thought, well, I'll just go ahead and film that for you guys so you can see exactly how I adjust my handlebars. To do the adjustment, I really only need two things. The first thing is going to be the Allen wrench that actually comes with the pit bike. The second thing is going to be, well, I call this a socket driver. I'm not really sure what the name of it is, but this is only for leverage purposes. You can really use anything that's going to help you get a little bit of leverage, but this is what I'm going to use. Now, before you start loosening things up, you need to kind of analyze how crooked your handlebars are and which way that they need to be adjusted. Once I've figured out how my handlebars need to be adjusted, I'm going to start to loosen the bolts. Try and zoom in on that. I'm just going to take it, and I'm using this, as you can see. Well, you may not be able to. I'm using my socket driver as leverage so that I can loosen my bolts. But I'm just going to do about 2 turns at first. And since this is the side that needs to be moved the most, I'm going to start loosening these first, because I may be able to move it without having to loosen the other side. So we'll just see. We're going to get in here and we're going to loosen these. And it's a little bit hard to get to. So, well, okay. Now we're going to test it out. See if we're able to move it at all. And we're not. Alright, we've loosened the side that needs to be adjusted, and there's still no real movement, so we're going to go ahead and come to the other side. Like I said, we're only going to do a couple of turns because we don't want them to be too loose. Then we're going to have to really readjust. And it's going to cause more work than we need it to. Okay. I'm going to test this out and see. Okay, there we go. Now we're able to move. I'm just going to kind of tilt them around a bit and try to see about where I want them. Just kind of get a feel how I want them. Now I've decided about where I think I want them, so I'm gonna just tighten these back up. And then I'll test them one more time before I really tighten them down, just in case they may have slid out of place. Check one more time. Now I'm going to really tighten them down, and that's where this thing comes in, because I need to get really good leverage on my Allen wrench so that I can ensure that my handlebars are as tight as possible. And I have seen on a few things that it's recommended that you put red Loctite on your handlebars because the vibration of riding around can cause them to come loose. And I would recommend that. In fact, I have some, and I had every intention of putting some on here, but when I first put my handlebars on, I wasn't really positive if I was going to be happy with the placement of my handlebars. So I didn't really want to put any on there just yet, which I'm kind of glad that I didn't, because I didn't have my handlebars exactly where I wanted them, which is why I'm adjusting them now. And I will ride around like this for a little bit and see if they're really how I want them. And if they are, then I will probably go ahead and put Loctite on them. But this is something that is very, very important. If you decide not to put any type of Loctite on here, then you need to check your handlebars regularly, because they will come loose. It doesn't matter how tight you make them, the vibration will cause them to come loose. It happens. Give it a little test. Like the way it feels so far, and we'll just have to see when I ride around, see how they feel. So basically that's it. Pretty simple, pretty quick. It's not a hard thing to do, but it is very important.